G'day guys, my name's 3Dad21 and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. If you guys remember from the last episode, we got quite a few endings. I think we got like 4 or so, and then we got a couple of achievements as well, like the click 5 times on door 430. That was fun. Anyway, I haven't actually restarted the game since. I've just put myself back in Stanley's office, so I literally just did the achievement on door 430, and we have our 4th input on our computer. So without further ado, let's jump straight back into it and start getting some more endings. So I think I'm now okay. So there was one ending that I didn't do on the left path route, but I avoided it for a very specific reason that you guys will see later on. I won't say anything about it, but you'll appreciate that I didn't, do it later on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't think so, sir.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Absolutely. I love the employees lounge. My favorite part of this office.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
Yeah.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Dude, I love this place. This is so nice. I love a cold drink. You know what else? I love a coffee machine.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Dude, it's so worth it. I don't know what you mean. I love the decor in this room. But as I was going to say before the narrator...
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Before the narrator started rudely interrupting me, I don't actually like coffee all that much. I can handle, like, sweeter coffee.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Anyway, I like to drink sweeter coffees, like, say, like an iced caramel latte or something. Otherwise, I don't really drink coffee. And I don't even get iced caramel lattes all that often either. It's just like, I sometimes drink. I don't really need coffee in the morning, and I'd rather keep it that way. I don't want to develop an obsession, an addiction, if you will.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
A2, huh? So we're in, like, the Amazon Prime delivery facility. Ooh. I wonder if there's a key card. I don't think you could actually enter this room in the original, but maybe they've added a key card you can collect that'll open that room. That'd be cool. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. So essentially, if you jump off, not only will you die, you'll have to pay a $6,000 fine.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. You have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I tell you what, I have actually followed your directions before, and you did give me a very beautiful ending, but I want to see more endings. This isn't enough for me. I need to see more.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door, yeah. The red door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door? I don't see a red door around. Oh, there it is. That's the red door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because
Yes.
I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because
No.
this is what you wanted to see.
This is good.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go.
Whoa.
The third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4. The only thing I didn't like about it was that it wasn't, when looking at the two doors, it wasn't very symmetrical to the other doors. So I think if you push the left and right door to the left a little bit, so you had the door on the far left, the door on the left on the far left, the door on the right in the middle, and the third door on the right where it was, I think it looked a lot better. Otherwise, it's perfect. I'll give it a 4.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. What? The Stanley Parable Worldwide Lead... Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember this now. Worldwide Leaderboard. Good old Neil is offline, but did it in 2 seconds. That's a lot of stuff. 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stanley. I'm on the bottom! I'm ranked 9,328 out of 9,328 players. It's taken me 7 hours to play. Why not ask some friends for help? Error, friends list empty. Oh man, it's crushing. Alright, let's go through the third door again.
Now,
Whoa,
would you say that
right now.
competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, no, because seeing that you changed my playtime to 7 hours when I've actually only been playing this for about an hour and a half, that's just false information. You know, I'm not a fan of that.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Not at all.
Let me boot it up.
Let's see what it's like. I hope this is what I think it is.
In this
It
game,
is.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
God, this is annoying. I'm just gonna spare us.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Whoa!
Ah, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Okay, so this is the first experience I've had personally. Well, this is like the first bit of new content. So in the original game, when he boots up a new game for you to play, it actually puts you in Minecraft. And I was looking forward to that, but now we're playing Firewatch. God, it's been ages since I last saw this game, and I don't think I ever actually watched a full playthrough. Probably because I was watching PewDiePie play it, and then he wasn't allowed to play it anymore because the devs didn't like him playing the game because they don't like him, and that was a whole other can of worms. The Birds of Wyoming, the Patriots, Death Strikes at 2, Goldman, Space Puffs, Clawtox, Cookbook, those S's that everybody drew. I never actually drew them in school personally, but I had people in my class that did. This is so weird though. I've never actually played Firewatch either, so this is also like pretty new to me. It's so weird. Okay, I have to go the other way around. This is really cool. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? Oh, the frame rate's
It is.
dropping.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Whoa.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Okay. In the original, this was Portal. So I'm assuming this isn't Portal this time. Let's see what it is. Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oh my god, Rocket League. I was not expecting Rocket League.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Hey! Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sprinting. Come on.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist,
Woo!
but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
I completely
And then
agree.
try it out. Here comes another ball.
There was another one? Really?
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
Oh my god, so many balls. I've never actually played Rocket League either. Whereas I played Minecraft and Portal, so they just went straight up and said, let's pick 2 games Jad hasn't played.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's
No!
right. All little fun comes to an end.
No!
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Okay, so there's a way to get the ending in Portal. Is it the same kind of... No? Okay. So, in the original game, you would go through Portal, and then before you could take the elevator up to the next puzzle, the elevator would close and go up, and he'd be like, I don't want you to play this game anymore, just like he kind of said there. But you could actually drop down the hole left by the elevator, and you'd go... Well, actually, I probably should say nothing, because there should be a way to get to that kind of thing again, so I just gotta find it. Maybe you gotta drop through one of the goals? This is so interesting, though. Like, it's really cool to see... Ah, yes, here we go.
What are you doing?
Yep, here we go. You have to drop through one of the goals. Yep, here we are.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Okay. So yeah, we got a lot of underdeveloped maps here. My god, I can't see shit. Oh! Ah, here we go. This place has seen better days, huh? Did I just hear a bird chirping? Why am I hearing bird chirps in a place like this? Oh. Right. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Can't interact with anything here.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
narrators. So there you go. That's the ending where you disobey the narrator at every possible turn. The exact opposite of the first ending we did last episode, where you obey his narrations, and you get a supposed true ending. All right, now we can get our 5th input in.
All
I
his
hope.
co-workers were gone.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. I've got to find that 5th input. This is important. Oh no. Don't tell me. Is it in the manager's office again? No, if it was on my computer, I didn't notice.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
He couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Oh man, I just want to get this 5th input in. Damn it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'm just thinking. Alright. I'm going to go through the door on the left, and I'm going to try and get to the manager's office and see the computer. If the input isn't on there, then I'm just going to reset and go through the right again. I really want to get this 5th input. I can't remember exactly what happens when you do it, but I really want to see it. No! Okay, I'm just going to have to restart then. I hope that doesn't reset my input progress bar, because that would really, really bother me. I already had put 4 in, I needed 1 more. Okay, we're going to go through the door on the right and keep getting some endings that come from there.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
What?
Is this Stanley's office?
What do you mean? Did I walk out of it and it was actually an important piece of information? Wait. All the computers say the end is never the end. Is this new? Oh my god, I think this is new. New content? Oh, I'm really intrigued now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe that was nothing. Who knows?
This was not the... Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others?
Really?
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
So let's go through the red door this time.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh. What's in here? There's a lot of these endings that I'm like remembering very vaguely. I can't remember exactly what they're like.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I remember this now.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
It is very pretty, I'll give you that. Whoa, that's like trippy almost. That's really cool. Hey, look at that. Am I able to go off the edge? No, I'm not. Okay. God, it's so pretty. Now, I think the ending involves me getting away from this room, so...
No, wait. Where are you going?
What happens if I go back out?
Right. Where were we?
Okay, now he's just gonna repeat himself. Okay.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I'm really sorry, narrator.
No!
Ugh!
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
I'm so sorry.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I'm so sorry, narrator. This is a really sad ending, but it's an ending.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I'm sorry, narrator. This is a terrible ending. But it's an ending, so I'm gonna do it.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
It's a really depressing ending. I hate it. I hate it, man. But yeah, it's an ending, so... Alright. Actually, hang on. Before the door closes, there's an ending here.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had...
Oh, okay. I started a certain ending and then I triggered another one by doing the 5th input. Oh, I remember this. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Get it? Because Stanley loves pushing buttons, and there's buttons he can press as many times as he wants. Yeah, this game can get pretty weird at times. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is all there is to the ending, so let's begin the game again. And this time we'll close the door on ourselves and let that ending actually play out. I didn't even realize that the final input would actually be on Stanley's computer. I should have remembered that.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
There you go. That's an ending. It's pretty boring, but it's an ending. So we'll take it. Alright. Next up is, I think... Yeah, there's a bunch of endings that can happen on the right path. So let's do those. Oh hey! It's the rare spawn! Yeah, so every time you restart the game, there are chances of the office being different. Now, I don't know if when the narrator said, wait, is this office different? If he was referring to the whole thing that the computers were saying the end is never the end, or something else. But this is something that happens very rarely. These pieces of paper being
A soft
all...
wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
There's a new line, finally. Yeah. So the office is absolutely covered in papers, and there's no explanation as to why. It's just happens sometimes. It's kind of weird, but I like it. I like that there's these weird, like, things that can happen for no particular reason. They're just, it's... No. That's gotta be a red herring, surely. Oh man, I have... Do I see the new... I don't know when this is gonna spawn again, I need to do it.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
How do I close the door? I can't get to that door. Whoa. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Alright, here we go, new content. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, I have no idea what to expect from this. This is brand new.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah, what?
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I would not be surprised if this is some, like, joke where, at the end of it, there's, like, something weird.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
Yeah.
It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
But I can't jump. Oh my god, I'm allowed to jump. This is insane. But I can't do it outside the jump circle. I have to do it in the jump circle. Why do you get 36 jump? That's a very odd number to use. No, I'm out of jumps. Okay, the jump circle.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
Okay.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else.
Let's see what else is new.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
What does this say? I knew it. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
I follow
It's
them
my
on
fault,
Twitter.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I'm assuming there's something... Oh no, it just resets. Okay. Oh, that's... Yep. I had a feeling something like that would happen. Like, just a new door that says new content. Like, oh yeah, sure. Oh, it's so silly. But it's great. And it's very... haha way of criticizing ourselves. That's funny. Whoa! Ah, but this is new. Okay, it wasn't a joke. This is actually new content. A whole new freaking office?
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I
But
want
I-
to show you something.
But I don't have to. Oh god. Okay, I'll crawl in the vent. Oh shit. Okay, they debated us. There is actually new content. Oh, I hope this doesn't like permanently overwrite the game and I like can't get any of the previous endings now. That would suck. This is so cool though.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call
Whoa.
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Whoa.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in
Pressurized gas.
when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
There's the original ending. Magazines. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Stanley Parable by the narrator. 2013. Wait, what? Who's that? The original remake, The Stanley Parable, a Galactic Cafe game. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember that. The Stanley Parable is an exploration of story, games, and choice. Except the story doesn't matter. It might not even be a game, and if you ever actually do have a choice, well, let me know how you did it. Yeah, I remember that now. The end is never the what everyone's saying, and the end. Huh. Linguists identify 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved words. The Washington Post. 6 components of a great corporate culture. John Coleman, Harvard Business Review. What does that say? Be my Valentine. Huh. Oh my god. It's the BAFTA award for The Last of Us when they won in 2014. Because the game came out in 2013, and they're like, no, we should have won it. That's funny. Good times. Ah, yes. What's in here? A trip down memory lane, smile because it happened. Ah, yep. That soundtrack? Oh, that's cool. A $100, oh no, sorry, a $1 note. I know nothing about American currency, I'm sorry. The Stanley Parable demonstration? Is that like the demo? Ah, yes, the infamous go outside achievement. Don't play the game for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Okay, well, it did get a nominee for Game Innovation. That's cool. Nominee debut game. Nominee for story. Well, that's good. I'm glad they got some recognition. They deserve it. New York Times, new video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. Business leaders pushing election of council allies. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. Costs hinder new tack to achieve diversity. There you go. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Okay. Oh, there's still more.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Hell
James
yeah.
Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
It's interesting. You are playing the Stanley Parable. Yep, that's the original screen. Person of the Year. Yo, it's Stanley. Oh crap, this is game development stuff. This is a really nice place, actually. Can't open that though. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Wow, it came out with a lot of stuff, didn't it? Sheesh. There's a smile button. Top 10 memories. What's this? This is
Here's
the
another
edition.
moving
Oh,
passage,
source.
this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I can't go through there. The Serious Room 2013. How do you expect me to go in there? I can't. We have to open this door. No? Bro, I can't get in here. If you want me to experience this freaking game, let me through. Well, this is silly. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Literally anything. I like work, I just hate my boss. Did they actually not write anything bad? That'd be cool. I feel like they would have written something bad about this game. I can't get into that room, so I'm just gonna backtrack. And go to...
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Pressurized gas reviews.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Bad
Surely
reviews.
These reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no. Honestly,
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his
What?
humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert
There's
into
a
the
good one.
Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
this is so weird. I love that they're just going even more meta. God, this is really cool.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
You're not.
This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Aww.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I'm sorry, narrator. I've always loved Stanley Parable.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices.
Oh, okay, it's looping.
And therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably.
Okay.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations.
I did listen to it.
You need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them.
Yeah.
Okay, at first I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone?
It does.
It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will.
Yeah.
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
Fair enough.
All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
You can.
I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works.
You can.
Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, Surely, whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely.
Yes, Gabe Newell
Or
will
perhaps
add
they'll
that
simply
feature.
grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more benefit. From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow, now Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time. From...
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording here because it's starting to get a bit long. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I didn't actually expect this to be jumping into the new content this quickly, but here we are. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy. I certainly have been enjoying it, even though I've been fairly quiet. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.